And welcome back to JKLive here at Citizen Television. We are keeping the Cabinet Secretary of Public Service real late, but he's used to it because the president does the same thing as he did last night.
Yeah.
You guys were there late, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
Okay, summarize Naivasha real quick. Wrap it up for us. What was achieved? What were the big takeaways?
I think the big takeaway is the focus. First of all, an honest look at ourselves. Honest acceptance of the weaknesses and the areas we're not getting right. The synergies. I think for me the biggest takeaway is all of us win or all of us lose. So where areas of where we can be able to lift each other up, I think that came up very well. But I think if we achieved what we achieved in 23, being our first year, remember even our framework for policies and bills, and we passed hundreds of cabinet memos and policies and bills, underpinning the agenda of the administration, meaning that there was a lot of heavy lifting to do, and also showing that our agenda, there's a lot of new things that we are doing. It's not a continuation of just what was there before. So, and what, you look at what the Parliament was doing to do the National Assembly or the housing bill, that the amount of bills on health, for example, that we've had to pass, lots and lots of things that you have had to do, and yet still managed to achieve so many things. Managed to turn around the economy, managed to start lifting up, turning the curve on our agriculture. This year, when people are more settled into their jobs, and when the policy framework is already in place, and when we have sent out a clear signal to Kenyans that nothing is going to derail the agenda of this administration, what can you expect except just scoring goals? So I like the sharp focus that is there, and I like the waking up and the people realizing that this year is not business as usual, that, we had a slogan for the retreat. You know what it is?
Tell me.
Hold your mwaka.
Hold your?
Hold your mwaka.
This
is a year.
Yeah.
This is a year.
There's a song, by the way, that says Hu ndio mwaka.
Absolutely.
Or Hu mwaka.
Yeah, Hu mwaka, yes. This is it.
This is a year.
This is a year we cannot gamble.
So when critics talk about you all, some of you being afraid of the president or being afraid of, nobody speaks when he speaks, it's not the case.
No, not at all. The president is very interactive. And remember, the president, it's amazing, he knows the deeper, he has been involved. Everybody knows their ministry. But the president knows everybody's ministry. So you can imagine the body of knowledge that he brings along. So he will take you up on tourism, then somebody else is going to come up on gender, he will take somebody else on FGM and something else. So it requires, it is a good feeling to get a feel of what it takes to be a president.
And he knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff. Deeply, not just knowing.
Right.
It's not what you know on the service. First of all, he does his homework, he reads a lot, he engages, and then if you go to into his office, to his boardroom for some of this engagement, he wants to listen to even the most junior person, and he likes people who are saying no, and he likes people who are pushing back, because within that engagement, a lot gets to come out.
Yes.
And even him, he enriches his knowledge by the pushbacks.
And you're good at pushing back, aren't you?
There's another guy who's very good at pushing back.
Who?
I don't know if you know about Karl Marx.
I know Karl Marx.
Karl Marx had a guy called Engels.
Yes.
Who was like the alter ego for
Correct,
Karl Marx.
the alter ego.
The guy who has taught the president of this pushback is one guy called Dr. David. He's the real Engels for the Karl Marx for the presidency. So it is really like a university class. The amount of intellectual discourse that goes on within some of our meetings is unbelievable.
Really?
People out there think it's fun and somebody, it's really, it's all of another small university that happens for many hours.
And you're learning a lot.
A lot, yes.
So David D is that guy.
No, he's that guy.
And he's fearless.
He's fearless, and he's to be the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors. And David led us into developing this plan. And the kind of partnership between David and the president is unbelievable, once the president now gets it after all this tag and all that. Yeah. He's a guy, at the end of the day, he's a chief marketing officer who has to go and explain to peasants very complicated economic. Imagine explaining to peasants why we are not going to subsidize consumption, as we are going to subsidize production. How we are stabilizing, the shilling. Yes. How we are going to tame the inflation. And you have to go and tell villagers in the deep of, Turkana, and they get it. So you need all this teamwork is great, You need everybody, you need all flavors. And I think we have a great team. We have a wonderful team. We really have a great team. I can attest to that.
Okay, real quick. Any reshuffle in the works coming up?
First of all, that is a prerogative of the president. Two, I was here when I was reshuffled. Mm. Do I look like I've lost weight? Reshuffles.
And you didn't mind your reshuffle, by the way.
No,
you didn't mind
remember. I told you I would fit into this job and I would do it like I was never, like I went nowhere. Because, all these are assignments and we are privileged enough to serve, Yeah. Can you imagine? We have got one cabinet secretary for every 2.5 million Kenyans. The ratio of cabinet secretaries to Kenyans is 2.5 million. Isn't that a privilege? Sure. To be in cabinet? There's 2.5 million Kenyans, other Kenyans who are not as privileged as you are, to be in cabinet. So, Alex Ferguson has a reason for even sending some people to the bench. This is right, It's only him who sits there and he looks at, Are
you a Man U fan?
No, I'm a Chelsea fan. But I
You're Chelsea?
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Are you Chelsea?
Yes.
I was expecting you're intelligent, isn't it? Now I prove it.
Now you prove it. Listen, Waziri, you're very active on social media.
Yeah.
Is that you or is that a team, first of all?
Well, let's say it's a combination of both.
Okay. So whatever they do, you approve and then it goes out. I approve,
and mostly for them, they don't give opinions on social media.
Right. That's you.
They report. For them, they report.
Right.
They report that I came to Jeff Koinange.
Yeah.
And we discussed XYZ, or I made this and that. That's what I would call routine, mundane stuff.
Correct.
But if you say anything that is an opinion,
that's you.
That's me. That's me.
Okay. What is your opinion about your tiff with Aisha Jumwa?
There was no tiff.
Oh, come on.
There was no tiff at all.
Are we reading too much into this?
You're reading too much. First of all, Afadhali, it's better you say somebody else. Aisha Jumwa is my twinnie.
So we read this wrong? There wasn't a tussle? There wasn't someone wasn't shoved or...
Actually, we met in cabinet right after that and we had a good laugh about it. I said, these guys. I've been involved in supporting artists for a long time. Mm. And that particularly when I made this comment about how we are treating our musicians, I had spent quite some personal money to support an artist who is blind. You must know him. He's a Kikuyu artist called Wanganango.
I know him very well.
You know him?
From way back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are in his home, some place called
Mushala. I saw that.
And I just thought that, this is, a lot of people have redone his songs and all that. Yeah. And, it was my comment was for the moment, and I do support a lot of artists. So I am vested, in this particular space. Yeah. And I talked about MCSK. I've just watched on the news, and I've seen the Kekobo.
Yes, Kekobo.
Do you know who is the minister for Kekobo? Kekobo reports to who?
Not public service.
Not to me, to Aisha Jumwa.
Oh.
Yes, they report to Aisha Jumwa. What have they done? They have started investigating MCSK.
They've called out MCSK, correct?
Exactly what I was saying. So what if? What if? And you know what? You can tell that guy, Ezekiel Mutua, that, there are no more fools in this country. Questions are going to be asked. Serious questions are going to be asked. Following due process. but, you know, time for misusing our artists and our talents. We are doing a lot as a government to support talent. Are we doing this to support them on one hand, and then some people, you know, just mess them up on the other hand? As a responsible government, you won't do it.
I interviewed Dr. Ezekiel Mutua on Hot 96 on Monday, and he was saying, you know, between Moses Kuria and Dennis Situmbi, these are the people who are just messing up the whole music industry. That's what he said.
There's a girl called Ummi. Ummi is a PS for culture. I will not even say to Ummi. There's a guy called Sigei who is the CEO of Kekobo. That is his pay grade, okay? So don't ask me to respond to Mutua. He's below my weight by... I'll leave that to Sigei. You know, I'm not even...
You wouldn't bother?
No, I will not. I know this Mutua for a long time.
Yeah.
From, you know, so let's not even get there. Let me just say, because I'm a responsible person, that due process will take place, and we are going to salvage our artists from the yoke of those people who want to exploit them. Nothing. And
in the end, they'll get
they'll get their rights.
Yeah.
And we have got amendments coming up in the Copyright Act, and they are going to sort out this problem once and for all. And you know what? You know, they even had a meeting, a virtual meeting this week. Contrary to court orders, court did give orders,
right, stopping
this AGM for extending their term.
Yeah.
I don't know for how many years. The new Mugabes are now in MCSK, you know, and that was contempt of court. I think you should prepare some uji to take to Ezekiel Mutua, because that was clear contempt of court. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, so much for Ezekiel Mutua.
One of the dockets that you handle, other than delivery and all this stuff that you do, which is your passion, NYS.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You've seen me in the uniform.
I've seen you in the uniform. I've seen your parades. And now you just finished a recruitment drive.
Absolutely.
How many members?
15,000. We just recruited 15,000.
Were they equally distributed?
I actually give a formula, instruction to recruit at ward level based on population density. You know, people keep talking about 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling.
They equally distributed?
I actually give a formula, instruction to recruit at ward level based on population density. You know, people keep talking about 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. I am the first person to do recruitment fairly, equally, based on a scientific, empirical formula.
How'd you come up with that?
Well, we have got the population density as per census for every ward, and then I assign them that some percentage. You know, and you know, math is my forte and statistics. So I told them, no, this particular ward, this is the density, these are the people, and I went them there and I gave a pep talk to the recruiters, and then I sent our members of parliament, our senators, our governors. I told them, it is your responsibility to go down there and check and ensure that this is done. Because for me, this is very important. By the way, I also got the president to publicly. We were in Meru. We agreed with him, let's go public. I went public and the president went public. And we said, because now we made the deliberate decision that 80% of the youths who go to, the people we recruit to our police, 80% will be coming from the NYS. Yeah. 80% of our KDF.
Will be NYS?
Yes. 80% of our Kenya Wildlife Service. 80% of our forestry guys, the KFS, will come from NYS. How then would I mess or just do business as usual on NYS, which is going to be the reservoir, the hunting ground, the catchment area from which 80% of our disciplined forces are going to come from? Then who is going to trust our forces? And I really want to thank especially our politicians, our members of parliament, for understanding me.
And they came through?
They came through. I asked them, please understand me. Before you ask me, give me this allocation. First of all, I have given you the most fair allocation. I remember Governor of Mombasa called me. He's my very good friend, Abu Samad. Yep. He called me, my friend, now it is time you come through for me. He said, how? I want you to recruit for me NYS. How many do you want? He told me, I want you to recruit for me 50 NYS. I said, no, I'm not going to recruit for you 50. I'm going to recruit for you close to 300.
Because of density?
Yeah, because of he didn't understand why. He said, oh, okay, that is nice. Can I sell you the list? I said, no, you don't have to. From Likoni to Changamwe to Jomvu to Mvita to Nyali to Kisauni, they will go to those sub-counties and they will be recruited in open daylight. And you know what? The ones who will be recruited, they don't know any other governor except Abu Swamad, Sharif, Nasir, ASN. And he told me, in that case, don't give me even one. So it has been amazing, the kind of, movement of the mindset, which all these leaders, governors and MPs and everybody, they've really, really supported this, transparent, scientific way, so that, even some young people who were not successful, they were sending me messages and telling me, this time I've not been successful. But I am satisfied because the process that has been followed is fair. And I wish well those who have been selected. And you know what? If your program, the president's program on housing, or if you get those job opportunities, you're getting people abroad, please remember me, because although I didn't make it to NYS, I believe the process was fair. That has been my dream, Jeff, and that was my dream. And other than just recruiting them, I'm going to recruit another 15,000 in July. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I'll be recruiting 30,000 this year, going to 50,000 next year. By 2027, the whole year I'll be recruiting 100,000, expanding that. Wow. And they're going to be doing some 6 months at Gilgil and Naivasha. Then they go to where we have got our farms like Yata for what we call the national service, work there, and then we offload them to the TVET. Just today, Jeff, the president did ask me to work with our governors, and I had a good discussion with the chair of Council of Governors, Anne Waiguru. Those village polytechnics? Yeah. We made a decision today. I'm going to, subject to approval by the council, I'm going to be meeting them next week. Every village polytechnics, around 1,500 polytechnics, are going to be branches of NYS. Right in the villages. So these young men and women will be assigned to them? They'll be assigned there, and then we'll be working with other youths in the village and using that infrastructure to build our skills, so that when I go to Germany or to the Gulf or to Canada or other countries, I can tell them, where are these people whom you want to send to me? I can take them to every ward, every village in this country. You see, these areas is where I'm building the skills. On plumbers, on masons, on what have you, on security guys, electricians. I really think that because of, that directive that the president gave me today, I think I can be able to mop up, especially for the external market. God help me, 1 million youths. Then that way, I will be sure of 2 things. I will be sure to succeed as a minister, and I will be sure to go to heaven. I like that. And especially the latter. The latter. No, this problem is huge, my friend. Listen. We go to, Jeff, I can live now and go to a place like, Gashie. Yeah, of course, G-Town. I can take you, let's go with my car, we go to Gashie now, stop there, and then one guy who's going to say Moses Kuria and Jeff Koinange town. Within 10 minutes, you'll find like thousands of youth. We'll be surrounded. Surrounded. Yes. Not because we are very handsome. No. Because they have nothing to do. And wapi ya macho. Wapi ya macho. It is a real catastrophe. Pathetic. It's pathetic. I agree. And anybody, Jeff, who really interferes with anything to give our people jobs, be it in housing, be it in our digital jobs, which my brother Walo is rolling out, be it in these diaspora jobs, they need to have their heads checked. Seriously? Yeah. Because it is, in the middle of nowhere. We just stop somewhere and then all these people, surrounded. Not that they have left their jobs to come and listen to you. They want one thing. Or not that you are very handsome. No. It is because they have nothing to do. But we are handsome. Well, the jury's still out. Well, he has a sense of humor. I thought you were always abusing people. You have the sense of humor. I stopped. Give me some credit. What do you think? Can you imagine some 4 months I'm not insulted, That's a good thing. Yeah. Well done. And counting. And counting. Keep tweeting. We're going to take a quick short break, come back. I know the magic wall is going to have a lot of comments from you all. Keep those coming at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLive. JKLive takes a break. We'll be back in a moment. 4 months.